friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How is your day today? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope everything in your world is great. I'm going to do something slightly different today in that I am going to take today's camera time, in an attempt to reach out to a person who recently left a comment on one of my videos, and hopefully that person sees this video and really takes its messages to heart, because I'm concerned. All right. About a year ago, I published a video called SSRI Dreaming. SSRIs are selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. They are a mood-altering drug used mostly for depression and anxiety, but for other conditions also. The one that I take is called Lexapro, and it causes me to have some pretty wild dreams. Now, SSRIs are not for everybody. I will openly admit that. And it took me a very long time to accept that I was going to take them and deal with that. I had been off of medication for 15 years. Thing is, we don't really know what SSRIs do. We have a good idea of how, we know what they do fundamentally, how they affect the brain, but we are not sure how that impact on the brain changes mood. We just don't know. All we can really, there's really no tests for that either. You give a person a drug and they respond, and they have to self-report, and you rely on self-reporting to determine whether or not the person is better or not. There's really no way to say test for mood, right? So I will say that it works for me. But today, this is Tuesday, the 5th. Today, I got a comment that I really want to read to you, and I really want to reach out to this person, and hopefully they'll see this. The commenter's name is Cockphone, and this is what Cockphone said to me. You don't have a mental illness. You have your emotional responses to your environment and experiences. You're on YouTube talking about psychiatry and board games, so you're probably a shill for those two sources of online content sponsorship. So chances are none of this even applies to you. You fuck your nerdy models at parties and get money from the autism racket just like the worthless whores at Geek and Sundry. What you people do is seriously damaging to society. You, as a spokesmodel for the psychiatric victimization of millions of people, should quit your job, but you won't. People like you will always be available to help terrorize the innocent for vacation money and a ticket to the orgy. SSRIs ruin sex, impair cognition, and generally make people stupid and miserable. The cognitive impairment isn't listed anywhere by people who make the drugs, but after wasting a solid 15 years of my life with that shit on my brain, I can say no, being finally free of it for about 5 years, that it made me noticeably stupid and generally ruined my life. All the science behind it is bogus mythos that our marketing companies, like the ones who pay you, know is a sick joke. You are ruining lives by helping them sell this garbage. Depression is not an illness. Anxiety is not an illness. Psychiatry is not real medicine. It's a malevolent lie that the rich and free use to subjugate and silence anyone adversely emotionally affected by the cultures they manufacture. Wow. There's a whole lot to go through there. And I hope that Cockphone will... I hope you'll look at this video. I hope you'll look at this comment that you wrote and accept that this is concerningly delusional. I'm genuinely concerned for your current mental state by reading this. First of all, on YouTube, videos about mental illness are not monetizable. I cannot make money from these videos. That video in particular has never made me a cent. Period. And even if I was making money off of ad sponsorship, that video has very few views. I don't know the exact total, but less than 10,000. So even if I had got to 10,000, I might make a couple of dollars off the video on ad sponsorship. And if you honestly believe that anybody is willing to pay a guy who averages 100 views per video any sum of money to promote a product, then I really think that you need to seek counsel. I really hope that you can find a person that you're comfortable with and talk about what's going on in your mind. Because while I can agree with some of the things you say, I will agree with you that SSRIs do have side effects. I stand by that. And I accepted those side effects when I chose to take this medication. I have been on SSRIs before. when I was a teenager, and I know exactly how they made me feel. And I didn't take them for about 15 years. I became a Marine, and I worked on myself emotionally so that I could learn to process negative input differently. But I got to a point in my life where I was no longer able to spend that energy that way. You know, I have children, I have after-school activities, I have a full-time job, I have parents who are failing in age, I have medical needs, and I don't have the spare time to seek out a long-term intensive therapy program. So I chose medication. I personally chose it, knowing very well what the side effects are. And I will disagree with you that the pharmaceutical companies who make these medications hide the side effects. They absolutely do not. My doctor and I spoke at length about the potential sexual and cognitive side effects of this medication, and I knew very well what was on the table before I ever took my first pill. And I will tell you that it has been life-changing for me. It has made me a much better person, and it has given me a leg to stand on so that I can start seeking therapeutic help, cognitive help. But looking at your argument, you make some valid points, but the rest of it is so irrational and delusional that I'm seriously concerned for you. I really hope that you will seek somebody out. If you're not currently seeing a therapist, please find somebody you can talk to, because I feel like you're probably in a situation right now that you don't fully understand, and you need to see somebody who can help you. I'm very concerned. And I hope that you can take this video. I hope that you can reread your comment and understand that the stuff that you're saying here, that there's this industry marketing push to put people on mind-altering medications, that there's an autism racket who has free sex parties and whatnot, is outrageous. Literally outrageous. That I should quit my job. I work for the Board of Education. This isn't my job. This is something that I do because I enjoy doing it. My job is to repair computers. I'm an IT guy. And I really think that I'm really concerned. I'm really concerned about what you wrote. I'm really concerned about what this says about your current mental state, and I really hope you'll seek someone. So for the rest of you, thank you for watching this. I hope that we can figure out a way to get some help to those in need. If you know anybody who has any sort of issues in their lives right now, please just give them a phone call and talk to them and say, hey, I'm thinking about you. I'm here for you if you ever need to talk. Give them a place, a foundation that they can turn to when life gets rocky, and let them know that you don't think any less of them because they have a mental illness, a mental defect, a deficit, whatever you want to call it. Let them know that it's okay, and that you're not going to abandon them, abandon their friendship or their love because of who they are. So thank you. Thank you for watching this. I will see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from LOC.gov. What library has the most books? The Law Library of Congress is the world's largest law library, with 2.9 million volumes, including one of the world's best rare law book collections and the most complete collection of foreign legal gazettes in the United States.